I'm listening to Coast to Coast. Well, you never knew that your baby was a hybrid, but as he grew, you began to see the clue. Now you know the signs, 'cause you learned it from George Norrie. Even while you sleep, you've got Martians watching you. I turned on my radio in the middle of the night, and I heard things I need to know. And I can see the light, and I also see us go. 'Cause I'm listening to Coast to Coast. Good morning or good evening, wherever you may be, whichever world you're living in, whatever century. Your voice is always welcome here on my radio. Calling with your dish transmitter or your telephone. And I turned on my radio in the middle of the night, and I heard things I need to know. Now I can see the light, and I also see a ghost. 'Cause I'm listening to Coast to Coast. 'Cause I'm listening to Coast to Coast.
For Michael Cosio, Tom Danheiser, Dan Galante, Lisa Lyon, Lex Lonehood, Sean Ladasor, Stephanie Smith, Chris Burrows, Tim Binnall, George Knapp, and Ian Punnett. I'm George Norrie, somewhere out there on Coast to Coast AM. We'll see you on our next edition. Until then, be safe, everyone.
Hi, I'm Tom with Owning Mortgage. With today's rising home values and low mortgage rates, we're doing refis that let you pull out tens of thousands in cash. Use that cash to take control of high-interest credit cards, car loans, do things around the house, or anything you want.
My husband and I realized the best, low-cost way to get a large chunk of cash was to take advantage of our home's value by refinancing. Tom got us a low interest rate, and we pulled $50,000 in cash out. We paid off high-interest credit cards and a few other things. Owning made the whole process super easy. Now,
Owning's designed to save with great 30-year fixed rates. So call today and let us tell you how much money you may have sitting in your house. Call Owning at 833-2-OWNING or go to owning.com. Your house can be like a bank.
NMLS 2611, licensed by the Department of Financial Protection and Innovation and the California Residential Mortgage Lending Act. Subject to credit approval for qualified borrowers. Call 833-303-2161 for terms and conditions. Equal housing lender.
So call 833-2-OWNING or go to owning.com. That's 833-2-OWNING or owning.com.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded. Good morning, my early rising friends. I am Dean Sharp, the House Whisperer, custom home builder, custom home designer. Hey, it is just about 6 a.m. on this Saturday morning in early January 2022, and for the next 2 hours, I'm going to be here with you as a friendly voice in your morning and your personal guide, of course, to turning your ordinary house into something extraordinary. It all gets started in just a couple of minutes, so stay tuned and welcome home. This is KFI and KOST HD2 Los Angeles, live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app.
KFI, AM 640. There's a lot of misinformation out there, and none of it is allowed here.
KFI.
The KOST HD2.
Los Angeles, Orange County.
Live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app.
The DA's man is suing I'm Brian Bruin, live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom. The LA County DA's chief of staff is suing the Azusa Police Department and the officer who arrested him during a DUI traffic stop.
Joseph Iniguez says his civil rights were violated when an officer booked him on December 11th. A police report shows Iniguez refused to cooperate while the officer was trying to question Iniguez's fiancée. The officer says he pulled over the car driven by Iniguez's fiancée after noticing the car making an illegal U-turn. The officer says when he began questioning the driver, he smelled alcohol and began a DUI investigation. The report says that's when Iniguez got out of the passenger side and told the driver not to cooperate. Iniguez says the experience has caused him emotional distress, shame, and embarrassment, and he can't sleep. Steve Gregory, KFI News.
LA County Sheriff Villanueva says behaviors during the pandemic have had an impact on crime. The sheriff says since 2019, there's been a 95% jump in homicides, but rapes went down 11%.
Same thing with burglary, it dropped by 19%, but Grand Theft Auto jumped up by 65%. Again, societal patterns disrupted by the pandemic. A lot of people at home, a lot of cars all parked in places out of sight, out of mind.
Villanueva says rapes went down because more people stayed home and didn't make themselves vulnerable to attack. The Fed's $1 trillion infrastructure law may have dredged up a 20-year sand replenishment project in San Clemente. Mayor Pro Tem Chris Duncan says the Feds could supply $9 million for the $14 million project.
It'll be the first step in a comprehensive plan to not only keep our sand here and keep replenishing it, but also develop strategies to maintain the sand in place. That can be living shorelines, cobblestone berms.
Duncan says coastal erosion has pushed the sand south to a collection point near Oceanside. The goal would be to dredge hundreds of thousands of tons of that sand and return it to the city's beaches. More than 200 members of the California National Guard have been called in to help at COVID-19 testing sites. Governor Newsom says the CalGuard members will be deployed at 50 testing sites across the state, and more CalGuard members are expected to be deployed next week. Health officials in Orange County say 30% of recent ER visits have been COVID-19 related.
We urge everyone who is either asymptomatic or just searching for a test and really have no symptoms at all to start with a virtual visit to a healthcare provider, to not bombard the ER.
OC Deputy Health Officer Dr. Regina Chincio Kwong says ambulance wait times have hit 53 minutes. The county has suspended hospitals from diverting those ambulances to other hospitals. The county is also no longer accepting ambulance transfers from other counties. The House committee investigating the January 6th attack on the U.S. Capitol says it plans to ask former Vice President Pence to voluntarily appear before the panel. Committee members say they plan to ask Pence to appear before the end of this month. The group is set to meet next week to make a final decision. The late Sidney Poitier is being remembered in Hollywood.
People have come to Poitier's star to say their goodbyes to the actor. This man from the Caribbean says it was the obvious choice to go to Poitier's star and show his respect.
He was a first. You know, he beat the path for people like Will Smith and Denzel Washington.
He says he and his family would watch Poitier's movies with pride. Another man who came to Poitier's star says he was the nicest person he met. In Hollywood, Blake Trolley, KFI News.
And a petition is asking the Hollywood Chamber of Commerce to repair and replace Betty White's star on the Walk of Fame. The star was installed in 1988. Organizers say they noticed cracks and disrepair on the star in a recent social media post. As of yesterday, there were more than 13,000 signatures with the goal of 15,000. White died on New Year's Eve at the age of 99. Now time for a look at traffic.
Have 5 minutes actually, and it's all due to a crash on the 101 going southbound right at Alameda Street. The crash has those 2 middle lanes shut down actually, and you're going to be stopping and going through Spring Street. If I were you, I would probably exit Broadway. And then on the 101 going southbound as well at Glendale Boulevard, Union Avenue, that on-ramp is going to be shut down because of a crash. KFI in the Sky helps you either faster. I'm Ellie Andrews.
Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider and only available if the provider determines the prescription is appropriate. Subscription required. See website for full details and important safety information.
Hey guys, good news. The outrageously expensive Little Blue Pill is now generic, which means you can get the prescription medication to treat ED at affordable prices. And Hims makes it extra affordable. You pay just $30 for a month's supply. And right now, get your first online doctor's visit totally free when you go to forhims.com/joy. That's right, free, zero copay, no expensive appointments, no awkward face-to-face conversations to get your prescription. Hims connects you to doctors online who can evaluate you and, if appropriate, prescribe your ED medication. And a pharmacy sends it right to your door. Hims makes it affordable, private, and incredibly easy. Nobody likes dealing with ED. Now, thanks to Hims, nobody has to. And that's really good news. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, forhims.com/joy. That's forhims.com/joy for your free online visit. forhims.com/joy.
Southland weather from KFI. Mostly cloudy skies. Highs in the upper 50s to mid-60s at the beaches. Mid-60s in Metro LA and OC. Upper 50s to mid-60s in the inland valleys. And low to mid-60s in the Inland Empire. Lows overnight in the low to mid-40s. Warming up tomorrow. Highs in the 60s. Right now it's 52 degrees in San Clemente, 52 in Hacienda Heights, 48 in Sherman Oaks, and 50 in Pasadena. We lead local. Live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom. I'm Brian Baroon.
Good morning. KFI AM 640 live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. Good Saturday morning to you, my friends. And welcome home. I am Dean Sharp, the House Whisperer, custom home builder, custom home designer, here for you like I am every Saturday morning from 6 to 8 and Sundays from 9 to 11. Here to be a mentor as you take on the work of designing your home or redesigning your home. Why is that important? Because design matters most. Also here to be an advocate for you as you wrestle with construction issues on your home, as you engage the noble work of turning an ordinary house into something extraordinary. The team is all here. Sam is on the board. Misty, the boss, is standing by, holding it all together, also ready to take your calls in just a bit. Let me give the number out right now. 833-2-ASK-DEAN. 833, the number 2, Ask Dean. My best friend in all the world, sitting across the table from me, as she always does. Oh, whoa, those were huge eyes. You just gave me the big bright eyes there. What was that all about?
Mixing it up.
Tina, my life partner, my business partner, my design partner, your many partners. All for me, though. All my partners. And Brian Baroom is on the news desk. Good morning, Brian.
Good morning.
How you doing, bud?
Feeling great. I've had a couple weeks off. Feeling refreshed.
Yeah, you know, we took a little time right after Christmas, went up to the mountains and hung out in the snow with my family for a few days. Oh, it was nice, but now here we are, 2022, getting her done. It has started. What day is it? Oh, it's the 8th.
What?
It is the 8th of January, which means my birthday is only, Tina, Al, you know, what's going on? What's going on with my birthday this year? Huh? Huh?
Wouldn't you like to know?
I would, actually. I actually would like to know. All right, y'all. What are we talking about this morning, you and I? This is a fun one for me. Every year. Oh, by the way, we're only 2 or 3 weeks away from completing, believe it, 5 years on the radio with this program. We start our 6th season officially on the 27th or 29th. Anyway, it has been great, and we're loving it, and we're glad that you are too. But every year, for 5 years now, I have started the year out with a program we call New Stuff. And I'll also throw a New Stuff show in later in the year if there's enough new stuff to justify it. But right now, I've got a list of some new things that might be of interest to you as you, do life at your house. And put together or remodel or renovate. It's just these kinds of things that I want you to know about. So we're going to cruise through that list today. Also going to be taking your calls. And like I always say, if you really want to have your best shot of getting through on the show, then you call in on Saturday morning. Why? Because so many people are, not you, and sound asleep right now. So because you're listening, because we're together, you've got a better chance. So again, the number to reach me, 833-2-ASK-DEAN. 833, the number 2-ASK-DEAN. And anything you want to talk about. I'm talking about new stuff. We can talk about anything you want for your home today. Design question, construction issue, DIY question, whatever it may be. Okay, shall we start out? Let's start with something that is actually, as a designer, has been a bit of, it's just kind of an unfortunate reality for us. These days, freestanding soaker tubs are all the rage, and we love them too. It's just nothing, I think, makes a bathroom more elegant. I'll put it this way. I'm glad we have moved away from heavily built-in platformed, jacuzzi-type spa tubs, because I cannot tell you how many, well, I probably could. I can probably count on one hand in the last 20 years how many clients have said, no, I use that tub. Most people just like, nope. They've got potted plants sitting in them. There's all sorts of things with those. So I'm glad those are gone. And soaker tubs, whether they get used or not, are elegant and beautiful pieces of artwork for a bathroom. And in that vein, when it comes to the soaker tub, probably the one thing that is least elegant about a soaker tub is, of course, the drain system. Not the drain at the bottom, though. It is the overflow that has to get built into a soaker tub. In other words, the system by which you don't accidentally put too much water in the tub and it overflows onto the bathroom floor and causes a disaster, as it were. So, no matter how elegant the tub, there's always somewhere on the top lip of the tub, or near the top lip, an overflow siphon. It's something we try and hide. Sometimes if there's an overflow coming up and I can turn the tub so that when you walk into the bathroom you don't see it, because it's actually on the wall of the tub facing you, we try that. Sometimes that's not possible because the pipe for the overflow literally has to come on the outside of the tub and go down to the floor, and so it's visible. So you can understand that I was excited when I saw this product from Victoria Albert. And if you look this up, it looks like Victoria Plus Albert. They are a plumbing manufacturer. And they have designed something called the IntelliDrain. The IntelliDrain is a tub drain for just such a tub that has built into it overflow protection for tubs without built-in overflow. And it's code approved, it's accepted, and it's glorious because it allows us to do what we want to do aesthetically with a freestanding tub without worrying about the other stuff. And basically, it's a normal push drain, the kind that you reach down and you push with your finger, you push it down, it drains, you click it up again, and it seals into place and holds. The difference being that when you install the IntelliDrain, you would go ahead and make an adjustment. There's a way to adjust it for the level of water that you want, the optimal level of water you want in the tub. Then it has a water pressure sensitive spring and housing mechanism inside of it. So if even an inch more water than you want ends up in the tub, it senses that additional pressure and it pops itself open. So how is that, right? That's seriously cool. Now you think, well, then if I accidentally overflow, it drains out the whole... No. As soon as the water pressure in the tub drops below its threshold, then it pops back up and seals itself again. It is a very, very smart drain and overflow built into one. So if you have been staring at freestanding soaker tubs thinking, well, this is all well and good until I have to attach all that plumbing crap to it, then you got to look at the IntelliDrain from Victoria and Albert. By the way, nothing that I'm talking about today, no one here is a sponsor of the show. This is just my list of new stuff that I think you would be interested in this morning. So purely out of that perspective for you. All right. When we return, we will dive back into the list. I'm so glad you joined me this morning. There is so much more to come. You're listening to Home with Dean Sharp, the House Whisperer, Brian Barumi.
Well, members of the marching band that performed in the Rose Parade from Alabama have tested positive for COVID since they returned home from California. A driver has been arrested after a 20-minute chase with police starting in Boyle Heights and that ended in a fiery crash with that car flipped on its roof. Somehow nobody got hurt. And the Coast Guard has announced new safety rules for boats. It was prompted after that deadly fire on the Conception off the Channel Islands that killed dozens of people. And we'll have a look at KFI traffic next.
All right, so let's say that 2022 is your year where you're going to build your new dream kitchen. That is fantastic. Now the question is, what's your first move? I think it should be a totally free in-showroom consult with the experts at the kitchen store, and I will tell you why it should be that. Because you don't want to be making the mistakes that the previous kitchen designers made. That's why you're tearing that sucker out. Also, you don't want to make all new mistakes yourself. And when it comes to kitchens, design matters most. So, with your free consult at the kitchen store, you're going to get the creativity and the wisdom of an expert kitchen designer. And you're going to get flooded with inspiration because the kitchen store is a 7,000 square foot cabinet design showroom. The largest cabinet design showroom in Southern California. They're right off the 405 in Culver City. For more than 50 years, it is literally the best place in all of SoCal for kitchen cabinets. State-of-the-art computer design, same as cash financing, pricing that beats the big box centers. So start your new kitchen right. Set up a free consult by dialing 310-KITCHEN. That's 310-KITCHEN. And check out the kitchen store on the web at 310kitchen.com.
We're looking at a hazard on the 91 freeway in Long Beach.
That's right. There's cones all over the road. It's the 91 going eastbound right at the 710. Now, it's all due to they have 4 lanes actually coned off, but I guess people just kind of ran through them. So be careful in that area. Also in Long Beach on the 91 going eastbound between Ferry Avenue and Pioneer Boulevard, there's a 10-minute backup. It's just a lot of congestion due to some work zone that they are doing there. KFI and the Sky helps get you there faster. I'm telling you.
Sponsored by In-N-Out Burger. At In-N-Out, our hamburgers are made with the highest quality ingredients, made fresh and by hand, made with a smile, and made to order just for you. Are you putting your retirement savings in a 401k or IRA? Then I have one word of advice. Stop. Experts agree the 401k has been a dismal failure, and even the man who invented it now says it's a monster that should be destroyed. 401ks and IRAs have major dangers, including fees that gobble up 50% of your retirement savings over time. The government controls your money and changes the rules anytime they want, and it gets worse. History confirms we're past due for a major market crash that could wipe out 50% of your savings again. Now, a free report from Bank on Yourself reveals where the inventor of the 401k puts his money. You're 100% protected from crashes. There are no fee surprises, and you control your money, not the government. Plus, your withdrawals are tax-free, which protects your savings from being devoured by taxes that can only get more monstrous. So get your report now at freereportfast.com. That's freereportfast.com. freereportfast.com.
You might not think about your water heater very often, but you certainly are going to if it's not working. Because there's nothing worse than getting ready to relax in a hot shower and then stepping into a nice cold one, right? So if that is you, you need to call Water Heaters Only. Water Heaters Only has been replacing water heaters and getting the job done right since 1968. And when you need a new water heater, they're the only ones you need to call because they're honest and they're reliable and they know everything there is to know about water heaters. Water Heaters Only offers same-day service, quality products, the lowest prices around. For a limited time, you can get 0% deferred interest financing. So call the company that does Water Heaters Only. Visit waterheatersonly.com. Get a new water heater with 0 interest. Terms and conditions apply. That's waterheatersonly.com. waterheatersonly.com.
Look, staying healthy isn't easy. Watching your diet, hitting the gym, avoiding stress. But a good night's rest helps boost your overall health and wellness. And it couldn't be easier. The Sleep Number 360 Smart Bed effortlessly adjusts in response to both of you. The result? You wake up ready for anything. Proven quality sleep is life-changing sleep. Don't miss our weekend special. Save up to $1,000 on Sleep Number 360 Smart Beds, plus special finance. Ends Monday. Special financing subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payments required. See store for details.
This is your moment. Your moment to stand strong for your family as your loved one in the military stands strong for our country. Paid Family Leave can now provide military families with up to 8 weeks partial wage replacement to help arrange for child care while your loved one is deployed. To be there to dry tears, to be there to provide reassurances, and to be there for the moments that truly matter. This is your moment. Take it. To learn more, visit CaliforniaPaidFamilyLeave.com. Moments matter.
Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider and are only available if the provider determines the prescription is appropriate. Prescription required. See website for full details and important safety information.
Hey guys, good news. The outrageously expensive little blue pill is now generic, which means you can get the prescription medication to treat ED at affordable prices. And hence makes it extra affordable. You pay just $30 for a month's supply. And right now, get your first online doctor's visit totally free when you go to 4hims.com/joy. That's right, free. Zero copay, no expensive appointments, no awkward face-to-face conversations to get your prescription. Hims connects you to doctors online who can evaluate you and, if appropriate, prescribe your ED medication. And the pharmacy sends it right to your door. Hims makes it affordable, private, and incredibly easy. Nobody likes dealing with ED. Now, thanks to Hims, nobody has to. And that's really good news. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, 4hims.com/joy. That's 4hims.com/joy for your free online visit. FORHIMS.com/joy.
Wesley had IRS troubles.
They told me I owed them $43,000.
It got really bad.
Coming after my house, my car. I seriously thought that I was going to lose everything.
Wesley called Optima Tax Relief.
Oh, they were great people. Optima Tax. They know what they're doing.
Optima Tax Relief came through with flying colors.
I saved an incredible amount of money. Call Optima Tax Relief. Don't trust anybody else.
Call Optima for a free consultation. Call 800-783-8055. 800-783-8055. Optima Tax Relief. For details, visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
For official rules and more information about contests of this station, go to KFIAM640.com/rules. Well, hey, it's me, Leo Laporte, the tech guy. I'm back for a whole new year of smartphones, smartwatches, laptops, desktops, internet, everything tech. That's what we talk about here, self-driving vehicles that don't drive so well, and all of that. If you've got a question, you want to know what's the latest in tech, or just to absorb a little tech knowledge, join me this weekend and every weekend for the Tech Guy Show. I'll be looking for you.
Leo Laporte, this morning at 11. KFI AM 640. More stimulating talk.
KFI, Dean Sharp, the House Whisperer. You are listening to Home, where every week we help you better understand that place where you live. Hey, thanks for joining us on the program this morning. It's the beginning of the year, and we are talking about new stuff that's available for you as a DIYer, as a home remodeler, as somebody who's just working on their home. New stuff that's available for you that you may or may not know about, that you probably don't know. Okay, all right, that's all I'm saying. Things that I think you would find useful. We just talked about the IntelliDrain from Victoria Albert, a tub drain that has a built-in overflow, so you don't have to add an overflow for freestanding tubs that don't have one built in, which is fantastic. Here is yet another thing. This may be one of the trickiest, weirdest, I don't even know what category to put this in. It's just annoying. When you're installing or changing out a gas dryer in your house, or a dryer, not actually gas dryer, a clothes dryer for your home. You know, of all large appliances, dryers are relatively lightweight. I mean, they're just giant empty cylinders with a motor and a heating system in it. And they're not that hard to move around in general. And the hookup is pretty straightforward. They're either electric and you just plug them in the back, or you attach a small gas hose to it if it's a gas dryer. But we all know the thing that's the pain in the bootay with the gas dryer, with the dryer, is the dryer vent. Dryer vents are just sad little devices that are absolutely necessary to blow out excess heat and lint and fumes, especially if it's a gas dryer. But, you know, they get crudded up with moist lint. They got to be cleaned out. Most people don't clean them out, but mainly the issue with the dryer vent, this 4-inch weird flexible kind of white or foily hose, is that you have to have enough of the hose in order for it to stretch out while the dryer is away from the wall, and then as you start to put it in, because you've got to have it all hooked up, you got to find a way of collapsing it, and then it folds over and it kinks, and you know the dryer vent story. So here we go. MagVent. The MagVent MV90. What it is a magnetic dryer vent. It is a 2-piece magnetic dryer vent. So what does that mean? It means this. There's the section that you built into the wall where the actual dryer vent is going to attach. And then there is the hose section that you attach to the dryer. But the thing is, you don't have to attach, 8 feet, 6 feet, whatever of hose. You can attach a relatively cleanly connected short section of hose, and here is why. Because both the vent itself, the receiver, and the hose have an interlocking rings on them that you don't have to touch and reach down to interlock. They're interlocking rings with deep earth magnets in both. I mean, powerful magnets. And so essentially, what you do is you get this all set up. So, and it's important that the vent receiver aligns itself positionally with the outlet of the dryer vent on the back of the dryer. But as you slide the dryer back in against the wall, once you get within about 6 inches, the magnets take over, they find each other, they self-align, and zoop, the vent connects itself. Exactly. You know what I'm talking about. So, that is called the MagVent, the MV90 magnetic dryer vent, and it is a whopping $45. $45 to install this, as opposed to the $15 dryer vent setup, and just save yourself a lifetime worth of hassles for the dryer. All right, there you go. All right, when we come back, shall we go to the phones? I think we shall. Here's the number to reach me. 833-2-ASK-DEAN. 833, the number 2, Ask Dean. I got a lot more new stuff for you today. Also, your calls when we return. Your home. Dean Sharp, the House Whisperer, Brian Berumen has the news.
Well, the Supreme Court is considering whether to axe 2 of the Biden administration's COVID-19 vaccine mandates. The High Court heard arguments yesterday about the mandates for businesses and also for healthcare workers. Justice Elena Kagan says OSHA has done a good job to show that the mandates make sense.
The agency has done everything but stand on its head to show quite clearly that no other policy will prevent sickness and death to anywhere like the degree this one will.
The White House says it's confident that the Supreme Court will keep the mandates in place. The LA School District has been working to test students ahead of classes returning on Tuesday. This man says he's not really nervous about his kids returning for in-person classes.
Something we have to evolve around and, kind of get used to it.
The district is requiring all students to get tested for COVID-19 before they return to campus, regardless of their vaccination status. Students will then be tested weekly for the virus for the rest of this month and possibly longer. A man in Santa Ana has been arrested for allegedly stabbing 2 people, killing one of them. The stabbing happened Thursday at Centennial Skate Park. A man got into a fight with 2 other guys, and that's when the stabbing happened. People have placed flowers on the late Sidney Poitier star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. This man, who came to pay his respects, says Poitier was the nicest person he's met. He says he remembers running into him when he was a tour bus driver.
He got everybody off the bus and individually had photographs taken with everybody on the bus, and he was as kind and sweet and laughing. I mean, he was just a joy.
Poitier was a groundbreaking actor and the first black man to win an Oscar. He died on Thursday at the age of 94. And it is slow on the 91 in Gardena.
That's right, it's going westbound between Vermont Avenue and Crenshaw Boulevard. It's about a 5-minute backup in that area. And then that crash that I mentioned in downtown Los Angeles on the 101 going southbound right at Alameda Street has cleared. You guys are still a little bit on and off the brakes from Spring Street, but you should be clear here in just a second. Just hold on. KFI with Sky helps get you there faster. I'm Ellie Andrews.
Ellie does the traffic with such verve. I love her voice. All right. Hey, let's say you have an incident in your home. You know, like a water leak, and now there's a lot of damage, so of course you file a claim with your homeowner's insurance. But the hard reality is, no matter how long you have been with your insurance or how faithfully you've paid your premiums, the adjuster who shows up works for them, not for you. And what the company pays them to do is save the insurance company as much money as possible by paying you as little as possible. I wish it wasn't the case, but that's the truth. There is another way, though. Every homeowner should know a public insurance adjuster, which means every homeowner in Southern California should know Avner Gatt. Avner Gatt is Southern California's most trusted public insurance adjuster. It's really simple. Avner Gatt works for you. His only job is to get you all the money that your claim deserves. No one messes around with Avner Gatt and his team. Dealing with insurance companies is all they do. So don't make the mistake of trying to negotiate with your insurance company alone. Call Avner Gatt. Get the results that you deserve. Here's his number. 818-917-5256. 818-917-5256. Or just visit AvnerGatt.com. That's AVNERGAT.com.
Southern weather from KFI. Highs in the upper 50s to mid-60s at the beaches, mid-60s in Metro LA and OC, upper 50s to mid-60s in the inland valleys, and low to mid-60s in the Inland Empire. We lead local, live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom. I'm Brian Bruman.
Exergen would like you to know about an important study just released by the FDA. It confirms what the medical community has known all along. Non-contact thermometers are not accurate. The study also reports that they fail to meet FDA requirements for accuracy in labeling. With new strains of COVID on the rise, we can't afford to tolerate the rampant false temperature readings from non-contact thermometers. Accurate temperature measurements are essential. You need Exergen thermometers because they're accurate and backed by over 100 clinical studies. Be sure. Be accurate with Exergen. Learn more at Exergen.com. This new year, you may be excited about a new device or focused on your New Year's resolutions. Make sure your new devices and your resolutions include protection. Norton 360 with LifeLock gives you device security, a VPN for online privacy, and LifeLock identity theft protection to help keep you safe. No one can prevent all cybercrime or identity theft, but you can cheers to a cyber-safe New Year with Norton 360 with LifeLock. Save 25% or more off your first year at norton.com/join.
Okay, my 2020 resolution was to lose 20 pounds. Well, only 30.
We need to redo the engine.
The top 10 reasons to visit Morocco. Number 5.
During our time, with a literal wall of big trees at sidelines, the house of there's only one place to go. That's Morongo.
Number 4.
Be the stage live January 14th. Get your tickets now.
3.
Party Pack. All times that we visit to visit the rest of the dollars and party packs for 60 hours a day. Now that's the party.
And number 2.